What's up, guys? Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. I am telling about for this coin 4 Anna 1920 India. Here's a 1200-word essay on the history of the 4 Annas coin of 1920 India, covering its historical background, design, colonial context, economic implications, and numismatic value. The 4 Annas coin of 1920 India, a historical perspective. The Indian 4 Annas coin minted in 1920 holds a unique place in the history of British India's numismatics. As a denomination, the Anna was part of a complex currency system that defined the Indian economy for centuries. The 1924 Annas coin, in particular, represents not only a specific period of colonial rule, but also encapsulates the transitional nature of Indian currency systems, technological advances in minting, and the cultural symbolism embedded within coins. Historical background. Before decimalization, the Indian monetary system was based on the rupee, which was divided into 16 annas, each anna into 4 pice, and each pice into 3 pies. Thus, the 4 Annas coin represented a quarter of a rupee. This system remained in use until 1957, long after India gained independence in 1947. The year 1920 falls in the post-World War I era, a period of significant change for British colonies, including India. The war had strained the British economy and affected the silver standard on which the Indian rupee was traditionally based. Coinage, as a result, had to adapt in terms of metal composition and design. The 4 Annas coin minted in this year is thus a reflection of these larger geopolitical and economic changes. Design and specifications. The 1924 Annas coin was distinctive for its square shape with rounded corners, a unique feature in Indian numismatics. Unlike the typical round coins, this shape made the coin stand out both visually and tactilely. It was made of 91.7% pure silver and weighed approximately 5.83 grams. The coin measured around 22 millimeters across. The obverse side of the coin featured the effigy of King George V, who was the Emperor of India at the time. The image was surrounded by the legend, "On George the King Emperor," rendered in Latin characters. This inscription symbolized British authority and imperial power over India. The king's portrait, often depicted with the crown and ceremonial robes, reinforced the colonial presence and dominance. On the reverse side, the denomination 4 Annas was inscribed in English with the year of minting, 1920, displayed beneath it. The coin also featured the denomination in Hindi, Urdu, Bengali, and Telugu, reflecting the multilingual diversity of colonial India. The reverse side often carried intricate floral or geometric motifs emblematic of Indo-Islamic artistry, mints, and variants. The 1924 Annas coin was primarily minted in Bombay, now Mumbai, and Calcutta, now Kolkata, the 2 major mints in British India. Each mint had minor design variations, most notably the presence or absence of mint marks. Coins from the Bombay mint typically had a small dot or diamond beneath the date, whereas Calcutta minted coins had no such mint mark. These subtle differences are of considerable interest to numismatists, as they offer insights into the minting processes and regional preferences in colonial India. The production quality and clarity of strike also vary between mints, which affects their collectability and value in the modern coin market. The colonial economy and currency reform. The issuance of the 1924 Annas coin was part of a broader effort by the British colonial administration to standardize and modernize the Indian currency system. In the early 20th century, India transitioned from a purely silver-based system to a gold exchange standard, prompted by fluctuations in the value of silver on the global market. Prior to World War I, the Indian rupee was pegged to silver, but wartime demand caused the price of silver to rise dramatically, making silver coins more valuable as bullion than as currency. This led to hoarding and a shortage of small change in the economy. In response, the British began issuing coins with lower silver content and experimented with new denominations and designs, including the square 4 annas coin. The 1920 coin was thus minted with a higher silver content than later issues, as by the mid-1920s, silver content in coins was drastically reduced. The introduction of nickel and cupro-nickel coins in later years marked the end of high-purity silver coins in everyday circulation. Cultural and symbolic importance. Coins in colonial India were more than just monetary instruments. They were symbols of imperial authority and instruments of state propaganda. The image of the British monarch served as a constant reminder of colonial rule. By placing George V on the coin, the British reinforced the legitimacy of their governance to the Indian populace. However, the inclusion of multiple regional scripts on the reverse also acknowledges India's vast cultural and linguistic diversity. This duality, imperial symbolism on one side and native languages on the other, embodies the complexities of British colonial policy, asserting dominance while seeking acceptance among the masses. The floral designs and artistic engravings reflected a blend of European and Indian aesthetics, likely intended to appeal to Indian sensibilities while maintaining British standards of coinage design, numismatic value, and rarit. Today, the 1924 annas coin is highly prized among collectors for its unique shape, silver content, and historical significance. Coins in mint condition, uncirculated, or with minimal wear can fetch significant prices in auctions or private sales, often ranging from $30 to over $200 depending on condition, mint mark, and rarity. Coins with clear mint marks, strong strikes, or from specific mints like Calcutta may command a premium. Square coins were not widely produced after the early 20th century, making the 1920 issue particularly noteworthy in terms of design rarity. Counterfeits of this coin also exist, primarily due to its silver content and collector demand. Serious numismatists often seek authenticated versions from reputable sources or certification bodies to ensure authenticity. Conclusion. The 4 annas coin of 1920 is more than a relic of British India. It is a numismatic window into a turbulent and transformative era in Indian history. From its distinctive square shape to its linguistic inclusivity, from its silver purity to its portrayal of imperial authority, the coin encapsulates a rich tapestry of economic, cultural, and political narratives. As India moved towards independence and eventual decimalization of its currency, coins like the 4 annas became markers of a bygone age, remnants of colonial power and symbols of a complex legacy. For historians and collectors alike, the 1924 annas coin remains a tangible piece of India's colonial past and a testament to the evolving story of Indian currency. Very rare and old coin. Goodbye, guys.